What is good, my fellow warriors of light? This is your host Lotus Moon, and in today's video I want to talk to you guys briefly about the events that took place today in regards to the mass banning that happened in Mobius. So for those of you who do not know, maybe you're just a legit player and today was just another day in Palamecia for you, but Square Enix has finally threw down the ban hammer and is doing something about all these hacking problems that have been plaguing the game, more focusing on the purchasing of illegal magicite from third-party sources. Although they also did some cleaning up as far as people using bots and exploits in the game as well. So, as you can imagine, this affected thousands and thousands of people's accounts. I don't know the exact number. I heard someone say 5,000 accounts, maybe more, who knows, but it affected many people. Many people got banned, and as you can imagine, there's been a lot of complaining on forums and such, people saying that they were banned by mistake, that they were actually legit players, they didn't do anything wrong, and blah blah blah. So in this video, I just kind of wanted to talk about a little bit about what's going on with this, and my thoughts as far as this banning. And I'm also going to be going over kind of some key points on the terms of services with you. So I know it's kind of boring. If you don't want to watch that part of the video, I totally understand. But I feel like it's my obligation as a YouTuber to you guys to make sure you guys are well informed. Because I've been really scrolling around Reddit, scrolling around forums, scrolling around on Facebook. And apparently a lot of people don't really realize what exactly is not allowed in this game as far as violating the terms of services, which I find very surprising. So I feel it's my duty to at least let you guys know, hey, these are things that are in the terms of service. That is definitely not allowed. I don't want to see any of you guys banned. You guys are my family in Mobius, and you guys are my fellow warriors of light. I don't want to see anyone banned, especially if you didn't do anything wrong. Now, with that being said, as far as the thousands of people that got banned, I honestly, like, if you're surprised, many people were kind of in the dark of how bad an epidemic this was in terms of this illegal magicite going around. And, it was like, basically people were offering magicite, selling like 4 times the amount of magicite you could get normally for your money, or even more. So it was just an extreme abuse. I'm glad Square Enix finally decided to crack down on it. It was really hurting the game. And more people that would have been legit were being tempted by this illegal magicite because it was so cheap. So I hope you guys didn't fall for the trap. I'm reading some sad stories. If you guys did it, I'm sorry for you guys. I understand. This game is expensive. You're just looking for a cheaper way to play, but you should have known, man. You should have known. You were gambling with your account. That's what really hurts. I hate to see so many good people get banned just for something like this, but I can't feel too sorry for you guys. It's illegal magicite. You knew what you were doing. But anyway, this is a Reddit post I thought I'd share with you really quick. Reddit's a great place to go, guys, for information. I'll put it in my description if you want to read more of the comments and stuff. But basically, if you're getting error code 12, it's the ban message. It looks like this. Error code 12, your account has been permanently banned for actions violating terms of service. So hopefully this not happen to you. Possible reason for banning. Number 1, using hacks, cheats, exploits, bots, etc. Number 2, IP masking. Number 3, purchasing magicite from third-party sources. And of course, any other violations that might meet the terms of service. So this is a great public service announcement. Please remember, if you're buying magicite from third-party sources, it's acquired illegally, and you're putting your account at risk. Always buy magicite only directly from the app itself, never from resellers, and yada yada. So what can you do? Honestly, you can't really do nothing. You can try to complain, but if you stay through this whole video, I'll show you what exactly the terms of services do say. And honestly, we don't have any rights at all. Like, there's no ground to stand on. If this happened to you, you're probably not gonna get a refund at all. You know, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, a lot of people are saying, you know, they had no idea, you know, whatever. It's honestly, guys, like I'm pretty surprised. So yeah, you guys should read all these comments. It's some pretty interesting stories, actually. Some people actually admitted, like, hey, you know, I got tempted, I bought some illegal magicite, and now I'm banned, you know. But anyway, that's what's going on now. So about the terms of services, you can find it directly on Square Enix website. Here it is. It's very, very long. But even besides this, I'll post this on the description too if you want to read the terms of services on the website. But even besides that, guys, it's here under the etc. tab, terms of services. So I don't want to hear anyone saying that, you know, I didn't know there was a term of service, or whatever. I heard some people saying that, oh, they just made up these terms of services all of a sudden. No, these have been here since the beginning of the game. Look at when this was posted. Last updated, August 3rd, 2016. So this was out since the beginning of the game, obviously, and there's no reason why anyone should feel like they were, you know, not having the information available to them, thinking this was not illegal. But let me just go over some key points. This is extremely long. A lot of this is just kind of common sense. It's just like legal mumbo jumbo. But there is some things I do want to just kind of go over, because I don't want anything else to happen to you guys in terms of being banned. Especially for something like a terms of service discrepancy. So let me just go down here. I'll scroll down as quickly as I can. Okay, so in here, this has a lot of key points that you want to look out for. A here says, you know, you'll not post, transmit, promote, or distribute illegal content or content that you do not own or have the right to freely distribute. Pretty obvious. In H here, it says, you not reverse engineer, decompile, reverse assemble, hack, crack, or modify. So if you're trying to hack into or crack the, you know, the files itself, of course, this will be a violation in terms of service. L, it mentions about macros. So if you're using macros to help you grind, it says right here, use or distribute auto software programs, macro software programs, or other cheat utility software program or applications. M, also important, exploit any bugs or vulnerability in the services or in any product of the company to gain unfair advantages. You agree to not communicate the existence of such bugs, either directly or through private postings to any other user or third party. And, you know, honestly, this one is kind of, I think a lot of people don't know about, down here in V. And I think this is where a lot of people might have a problem. I personally do not have a second account, but here it says in V, hold multiple user accounts. So I know many of you guys have second or even third accounts, which you use as, you know, maybe a mule or a re-rolled account. And I don't blame you. A lot of people have more accounts just so they can re-roll for a strong Supreme card. This technically is not allowed via the terms of services, so just be careful if you're doing this. Even re-rolling. Re-rolling is part of the game, in my opinion, but it could also be seen as an exploit to gain an unfair advantage, because you'd be starting with a Supreme card versus people who start you regularly don't have those kind of advantages. So just be careful if you're a re-roller. I think re-rolling, they're not going to do anything about that. They would lose way too many of their player base if they try to do anything about banning re-rollers. And the reason I'm mentioning re-rollers is because I saw some people on the forum talking about that they didn't do anything illegal, that they were just a re-rolled account and they got banned. So I highly doubt this is the case. I think they are actually trying to cover up for maybe buying illegal magicite. Some people are just saying, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. All I did was buy magicite from a third party. Well, duh, you can't do that. So anyway, about this holding multiple accounts, just be careful with that. I know a lot of people have multiple accounts for the magicite farming in the multiplayer. Now, I hope this is not the case as much, because now magicite farming is available to everybody through the normal map. So you don't really need a mule account to help you gain the daily magicite through the multiplayer new player aspect. So just be careful with that, guys. So another thing here, real money trading. So it just says here, real money trading activities are strictly forbidden. If you sell or attempt to sell any virtual items or virtual currencies obtained via the services, including any accounts held by you, you may be banned for violating these terms of services. Any solicitation for sales shall be treated as a breach of these terms of services. So this basically says here, you cannot sell your account, you cannot sell any virtual items or virtual currencies. That includes magicite. That's what it's saying right here. You cannot sell magicite. So it's right here, black and white. D is also important here. It basically says here, availability of services and content. We may immediately suspend or terminate the availability of services and content for any reason in our sole discretion without advance notice or liability. So some people I heard were saying that there was no notice given to them, that they just threw down the ban and they didn't get any warning. So if you read this here, they don't need to give you a warning to ban you. They can ban you at any time if they feel like you are breaching the terms of services. So I don't want to see any people posting that, oh, I wasn't warned. Well, first of all, you shouldn't be warned that you're, buying something illegal. But even if they were to warn you, they don't have to. It says here they can ban you for any reason without notice. Another thing I want to mention is, let's see here. Let's go down a ways. So about the virtual currency. So it says here, virtual goods have no monetary value. It just says here, basically virtual currency and items may not be traded for cash, currency, or any other form of property, license, or rights, except by them, of course. So just another thing. C also talked about pricing and purchasing. It basically just says that, let's see here. Yes, there's one thing I definitely talked about. Yeah, so basically says they don't have to give you any kind of reimbursement or refund. So it says their company reserves a right to adjust the prices of virtual currency at any time at its sole discretion without notice or reimbursement. You are responsible for payment of any taxes, blah, blah, blah. You may not, and this is important here because I know some people tried to do this before and got banned. You may not falsely notify your payment processor that you did not authorize any payment that you consented to previously. We refer to this right to we reserve the right to ban those who commit friendly fraud from the services. So this is saying, like, if you buy magicite from the app and then you go to like Google Play and claim that you did not authorize the purchase, to get a refund from Google. So this is a way of friendly fraud. Don't do friendly fraud against Square Enix. They will definitely ban you. So this is just another thing to warn you guys about. I know other games are more lax about it, as far as getting refunded from your payment processor. So just be careful of that as well. And then here it says in bold F, no cash refunds except as required by law. And if you read all the details in this whole terms of service, they basically say that, I can't see any reason why they would have to give you a refund. They cover themselves very well. Square Enix has the lawyers. There's not much you can do in terms of trying to fight this terms of service for trying to get a reimbursement. Because I know a lot of people are saying, oh, they owe me my money back, blah blah blah. It's just too bad, it's just really too bad. So here H, another thing kind of going along with this. Improper acquisition or uses of virtual currency. You agree that the company has the absolute right to manage and regulate the virtual currency and items at its sole discretion. If the company suspects any fraudulent or abusive or unlawful activities with respect to your virtual currency, which is virtual currency is just another name for magicite, or your acquisition of virtual items or service associated within, then the company may reduce or liquidate your virtual currency and items, deactivate, suspend, or terminate access therefore. So again, if you're trying to hack for cards or hack for magicite or trying to buy illegal magicite, this is going to put your account at risk. Let's see here. So going down to I, it says here termination of account. If you are A, banned for any reason including violation of these terms of services, or B, voluntarily terminate your account, then the company reserves the right to delete the account and all virtual currency and items permanently. So if you are banned by this current mass banning, just keep in mind that even if you complain, Square Enix may have already deleted your account permanently. They may be able to get it back if they so wish to, but most likely your account may be gone already, permanently banned, permanently deleted. So, you know, not much you can do about that. And then, let's see here, K. It's in bold. It's basically saying here that, it's basically a waiver saying that by accepting these terms of services, you agree not to assert or bring any complaint or suit against the company. So this is saying you cannot sue them for any kind of loss or bugs or whatever. You can read the whole thing if you so wish to. And then down here on the very end, I just thought I'd mention this to you. There's a lot of interesting information in here, but in the very end, it basically says you don't have any rights whatsoever. Right here. Your access to and use of the services is at your sole risk. So basically, if you're using this game, anything you do as far as purchasing stuff or anything you do at all regarding your account will be, it's at your sole risk. So if they decide to delete your account or ban you, you know, use at your own risk, basically. So that's all I kind of wanted to share with you. I know it's kind of boring, but I just want to talk about, you know, exploits and stuff like that. Be sure not to use any exploits. Be sure not to have more than one account. And if you do have more than one account, be very careful about it. Don't be too obvious about it. So that's basically what I want to talk to you guys about. So with all that out of the way, how do I feel? I am actually very happy that Square Enix is finally doing something about this. I almost feel like Square Enix watched my discussion video about the problems. They kept the magicite distiller. The distiller is alive and well, at least for now, which is great. I'm glad they did not take that away from us. We do not have duplicate jobs in the summon pool, so that is another great thing. Still the same system, but once you get a job, you cannot get duplicates of it. And now they are starting to crack down on the illegal magicite and hackers. So this is great news, honestly, guys. I hope you are a legit player. You know, I, for one, I'm always legit. I hope you guys are also. I don't promote hacking whatsoever, so hope everyone's enjoying the game. On a more lighter note, we do have Batch 2 coming out today or tomorrow, depending on your time zone, but I will be going over the news with that in a video tomorrow. For my time, it'll be tomorrow, but I will also be doing some summoning roles, so look forward to that. I really want to get Zidane legend job. That's one I've been wanting for a very long time, especially since it's a breaker and it has an extremely good weapon. So I'm really looking forward to that, guys. In terms of the new anniversary second batch cards, definitely one you guys want to pick up if any of them. Try to get where is it? It's the one with the life shift. It's an extremely good card. It's going to be one you're going to be using for a long time. A new journey. So a new journey ability, Racing Heart. It converts all your elemental orbs into life orbs. So it's a very good card. It's definitely the best one in this batch. The rest of these, not so much. Especially the sleep. I don't find sleep too good in this game. Because yes, you can put an enemy to sleep and it'll be immobile for several turns, but as soon as you do damage to it, it will awaken. So I can't really, I mean, you know, this is not like other Final Fantasy games. There's really not much you can do if you're not attacking the enemy. So it's not that great of a debuff, but I might see some limited use. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about all these banning of people that were buying illegal magicite. Let me know if this happened to you. If it is, I'm very sorry. But again, like I said, you should have seen it coming. You know, I hate to say it, but you know, it's just, you know, it was an exploit. So what can you do? Anyway, guys, this has been Lotus Moon. I'll see you guys tomorrow for summoning and talk on the new cards video.